The lineup for the Cedar Handicap, the first of the two that we preview, and Family Folks comes back to his happy track, Happy Valley. Be Ready goes from the 1,000 up to the 1,200. Elon's won 3 from 9 this season. Beauty Champ has a crossover noseband on. Eason further down has his second start in Class 3. He ran second behind Loving a Boom at his first go. Forte's had 2 starts for David Hayes for 2 placings. And Farshad right down the bottom, Tom, has the cheek pieces going on at start number 42. Now, it's a 1,200 metre race. There'll be plenty of interest around Eason, and the tempo expected to be good to slow, which should also help Eason.
Yeah, well, he should be able to fire across from his barrier draw of barrier 7. He's got plenty of natural speed to this horse. Paul, what about Stock Legend? Does he end up there? Because sometimes he's not the quickest away.
He's the big query. Stock Legend is like he could be at the back. He's gone forward, he's gone back from wide draws. So there's a massive query on where he's going to be for sure. Look, Zach Purden aboard, he'll sum it up once the horse jumps, see where he ends up. If he doesn't go forward, it's just going to help Eason even more.
And Forte, the horse that might be needing some luck out there 3 wide. Matthew Poon's had a really good couple of weeks with plenty of winners and some promising horses amongst them. He's got a ride on another one in this race in Eason.
Matthew, Eason is a horse that you'll get back on this Wednesday night. He went close on his Class 3 debut last time.
Yes, he went really well last start. He's a bit unlucky. We had a bad draw last time, but he won his first start on the Class 3. First time Happy Valley, I think he went terrific. So last time the draw just doesn't help. Yeah.
Talking of the draw, he's got a better barrier this time. Sort of doesn't look to be much pace in the race. Do you think you can use that to your advantage with a horse like him?
I think if we jump well, he's quite fast. He's fast enough to get the position suit him. So this time he have a better barrier. I think if he jump well, he can have some advantage. Yeah.
And how has he felt since, Matthew? Obviously in his work, you feel he's come on since that run last time?
I think he's progressing horse. Like I remember first time I get up him, he's still a bit look around. Now he's learning, improving, so he's progressing. Yeah.
That's his form. Switching to your form, it's been very good recently. You've had a winner at the last 4 race meetings, the likes of Flying Ace, Zabrowski and Beauty Live recently. Things are going very well for you at the moment.
Well, I'm quite lucky. I can jump on some nice horse. We just get a job done, so really friends.
You're 9th in the Premiership. You've ridden 20 winners. We're past the halfway point. You're well on target to beat last year's record of 37. Is that something that you have as a goal, perhaps, for this season?
Oh, sure. Yeah, like every season, always want to be better. So definitely is the goal this season. Yeah.
That was Nick with Matthew Poon this morning out at Sha Tin, Paul. And here's a look at what he's done over the last 10 meetings. 6 wins, but a number of them have been at the last 3 or 4 outings for him.
Yeah, he's going really well at the moment, isn't he? And look, even those 9 seconds, a couple of those have been short margins as well. But look, he's going so well at the moment, Matthew Poon. He's riding really good, and it's good to see.
Yeah, it certainly is. He's had 20-odd winners through the season across across the 45 meetings that we've had so far. And I think Casa Legend, one of his chances for Danny Schumann, one of the earlier races, the newcomer. He's got a chance. He rides the other newcomer, Eternal Bloom, and then he's got Eason and Beer again, who's not without a hope potentially in that last race. A little bit out of form, but he's got some good rides through the course of the night.
He's a 4-time course and distance winner, Bear, again around Happy Valley as well. Some of his opposition, Paul, and we start here with Family Folks. Now, this is 2 starts ago. He's raced at Sha Tin since, but he races best here at the Valley.
He does, doesn't he? And he should get a nice enough run. He's got the inside barrier draw, so he should be just 3 back or something. The horse is going well. Just got to carry the weight. That was just the query of me with Family Folks. He's got to carry the weight. And the other horse there, which is Blissful Life, he still hasn't really acclimatised at this stage.
No, he hasn't. Family Folks was pretty good, I thought, last start at Sha Tin, where he was beaten by Flying Ace. Of course, we know what a promising horse he is, and he was only beaten 2 at a quarter length there, so wasn't a bad run. He's going to certainly get all favours from barrier number 1.
This race, Tom, has California Forest and also Be Ready. He's up in trip, but his 1,200 metre win was off a rating of 68. He's currently assessed at 76.
He didn't have a lot of early speed last start, Be Ready, but he made good ground along the inside here when it really opened up for him. Of course, this race here, Stoltz has come through it and has won a couple of times. Didn't quite squeak him in, Paul, but he is a course and distance winner.
I got him in. Look, he only on a minor line. He's run second off 79, and he is like that rating of 76. And California Forest, his best run was when he was over 1,200 metres. He's only had the 3 starts, son of Kingman, and he should be in the right place as well.
What about Forte? Paul gets in with a nice low weight of 115, but he does draw out in 10 as opposed to the 4 and the 5 that he's had for David Hayes so far.
Yeah, that was just the query. I mean, he's been placed on both those races. The third behind Galaxy Witness in particular was good. You can see this one behind Circuit 7. He hit the line strongly as well. It was just a barrier draw that put me off.
I put him in at the back end. It was sort of a toss-up between him and Be Ready. I just thought maybe with the lightweight he might be able to get some clear air once he gets to the outside, which where he was probably going to be in the run anyway. If he can get in and get some cover at least, I thought with the lightweight he still might have the gas in the tank to finish off at the end.
Karis Teaton takes the ride on Forte. Your selections, Paul, are you with Eason?
Yeah, with the favourite, Eason. Only had that start at Happy Valley and ran really well, I thought. So with that experience under his belt, he goes on top. Look, I've gone Elon in for second. This horse has had a really good season. He's a 3-time winner. One of them was at Happy Valley around International Jockeys Night. He's won again since on the all-weather. He's getting up in the ratings, but I still think he's on the improved, this horse. So he's in there for second. Be Ready, we've talked about. I think he's a good chance. And California Forest should be at a bit of a price, and I think he's just going to be in the right spot. And the 1,200 metres has been his best run over the course and distance. 8, 3, 2 and 6 for me.
Come up with the same cue as Paul, 8 and 3, Eason over Elon. Eason last start just beaten there by Loving a Boom and what was a pretty big finish in that particular race. Prior to that he was a winner over Sky Forever, and I think he can go on with it here. Should he get to the front from barrier 7 with his gate speed, I think he'll be tough to run down. Elon, as Paul mentioned, he's been holding his form really well, and he was quite good in a recent trial, I thought, was Elon. Looked to be under a good hold in that trial. Finished 6th, but wasn't too far from them. John Size and Wagner Borges. Beauty Champ is another one that has trialled well. Led in that barrier trial, might have been a little bit keen in the early stages, but kept on well over the final stages. He went off favourite, of course, on debut behind Prime Minister and was beaten 2 lengths there. And then it was a toss-up between Forte and Be Ready. Went with Forte in the end at the lightweight. He has put on 23 pounds this time round for David Hayes and Karis Teaton and wasn't beaten far as we saw in that replay a moment ago. 8, 3, 4 and 10.